What's up everyone, it's Alex. Back to viewer questions again, let's just get right into it. Today's question comes from 2B Moto, and 2B Moto says, how do you like the Triumph Tiger 800? I just pick up an older Vstrom, but like the Tiger also, just more pricey. Okay, 2B Moto, it's basically exactly what you just said. I love Triumph Tigers. I actually love Triumph Tigers going back to the Tiger 1050 models. I wasn't such a big fan of the Tiger 955 before that because it had some goofiness going on. It had a weird proprietary fuel tank to it that kind of caused some problems. If you dented it or did something else like that, it was much harder to fix. It was some kind of weird spun fiberglass, strange voodoo tank on that one. But the Tiger 1050, and moving forward from there, I spent a lot of time on Tiger 1050s when I worked for a Triumph dealer. I got to borrow them for several weekends just to take them for long rides. I rode the crap out of a 2007 gold model Tiger 1050. So I actually really liked the 1050 generation of Tigers for an adventure bike platform. I thought it had great road manners, great handling for what it was for the size, plenty of power with that 1050 triple. That's actually one of my favorite motors ever, that 1050 triple motor. So moving into more recent years when Triumph split the Tiger line out into the 800 and the Giant model, I've actually become a really huge fan of the Tiger 800 for being that kind of smaller, better rounded, lighter, actually more capable full-on adventure bike. Not that the Big Tiger is not a good adventure bike, but the Big Tiger is much more of a road touring type of machine. The Tiger 800 actually is light enough and has well enough off-road manners to get off of the road and do some real adventure riding with it, I think, more than the big one. So I actually really do like the Tiger 800 a lot, especially the XC models. I have had the privilege of riding several used XC model Tiger 800s when they've come across my path when I was working for the motorcycle industry. So I have spent some time on them. I did like them a lot. I think they handle killer. I think they've got plenty of power for what they are. They're a little on the tall side for some riders, but with adventure bikes, you're just going to get that. So I can't say anything bad really about the 800 series of Tigers as far as just objective, quality, specs, pleasure for riding. They are fantastic for that. But, just like you said, I do find them to be on the pricier side, even used, versus something like Vstrom 650, Kawasaki Versys, Vstrom 1000. Honestly, any other adventure style or kind of jack-of-all-trades motorcycle like that that's under 1,000 cc's is probably going to be cheaper than a Tiger 800. That being one, because the Tiger 800 is kind of a premium product in that category. Two, in later years, Triumph has kind of taken the stance of being a more expensive premium manufacturer, so they just tend to charge more for their stuff brand new. They don't make as many of them as something like, for example, a Vstrom 650, because for most people, that's probably the bike they're going to compare the Tiger 800 to the most. It's either going to be a Vstrom 650 or like a BMW 800. But in particular, a Tiger 800 versus a Vstrom 650, the Tiger 800 is a nicer motorcycle, is a more premium feeling motorcycle. It puts out a little bit more power, I think. The power to weight ratio is a little bit better. I think it handles even better than a Vstrom 650, but the Vstrom 650 is a proven, venerable, legendary machine in that category. It does all of those things well, just fine, plenty well enough for the vast majority of people, and you will find Vstrom 650s for considerably cheaper than you will a Tiger 800, especially if you want to spring for the Tiger 800 XC model. So when it comes to that, I do love Tiger 800s. If you've already got a Vstrom 650, I think a Tiger 800 is similar enough, but a little bit better. So if you have the money to spend and you want two bikes, go for it. Otherwise, the Vstrom 650 will do everything you want it to do just fine for a lot less money. So that's my only criticism of the Tiger 800 is I think for what it is, for the size and everything, it is a little bit pricey, and you can get probably better bang for your buck going with something like the Vstrom 650 like you've already got, okay? Hope that answered the question. Hope that helps somebody else out. I know it's a little bit just on the broad, vague terms instead of going super into actual stats on each bike, but I feel like most of the people asking these questions want just real-world advice and real-world opinions, so I don't want to go super deep into gearhead features and stuff like that when we can just get a broad sense of, you know, what's the broad reasons why I prefer this bike over this bike or recommend this one over this one. I'm usually not going to get deep into specs because when you're out there riding in the real world, what the numbers say on paper honestly doesn't matter worth a damn. What matters is how the bikes feel to you, how they ride to you, and how they will accomplish the riding that you want to do and help you get the most joy out of your motorcycling experience. So Tiger 800 is a fantastic motorcycle. I can't say enough good things about it, but they are a little bit more pricey than other bikes in that category, like the Vstrom 650, etc. So that's my 2 cents on it for whatever it's worth, guys. I'm Alex. Peace.